Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Ambassador Starco Gaming here, back with another Dragon Champion video, guys. Today we're going to continue our series covering the human character in Dragon Champion. In this video we're going to talk about Eric Shieldbreaker, one of the most underrated character in the game in my personal opinion. But before we get into that, guys, if you're new to the game or if you are level 15 or below, make sure to use the promo code STARCO. To do so, it's pretty simple, guys. You go in settings, use promo code, and enter the word STARCO like that. You press OK and you get $10 worth of freebies. Very easy. Now that we cover for new players how to get $10 worth of freebie, guys, let's jump right into the subject of this video. We're going to talk about Eric Shieldbreaker. Like I said in the intro, guys, he is one of the most underrated character in the game, and we're going to show why during this little portion of the video, guys. We're going to check his skills, which skills we should upgrade to level 6, what skills we don't really need to upgrade to level 6. Then we're going to go with the rune, the primary on the runes, and then we're going to jump into some gameplay to explain how to play him properly, pretty much. So let's get started with his first skills. His first skills is it's okay skills, but it's pretty plain and boring skill in my opinion. So puncture, it deal 180% of physical damage to an enemy plus an extra 80% physical damage that penetrates shield. That penetrate shield can be very useful. For example, you have a character that instead of dying like a little Betty, get a shields after the first death. Well, you use that skill on a little Betty and she is pretty much done. Because you pierce the shields and you just reduce that 0% HP to dead. So that can actually be very useful in some situations, but those situations are so rare that it's not really worth to get a 20% extra shield piercing physical damage at that point. So I really don't recommend getting this skill to level 6. Level 5 is really good enough for this skill. It's not gonna be a game changer if you don't get it to level 6 pretty much. Now we're going to take a look at the second skills. Second skills is a high in the priority to get to level 6, by the way, guys, and we're going to show why. So that is the stats with level 6. Deal 390% physical damage to an enemy, which is a lot of damage. This attack deals 30% more damage against shield. So if you attack a target with a shield, you're gonna do 420% damage, which is a lot of damage. In addition to that, at the end, well, after you hit, you're gonna get gain a damage increase for 2 turns, which is crazy, literally crazy, which is gonna increase the damage from your first skill after you use the second skill, pretty much. So it is awesome, and it is very important to get this one to level 6, because if you don't get it to level 6 and only to level 5, you can see here you lose 80% damage from the attack, which is a lot of damage, and you lose 1 turn on the damage increase. So this skill is very important to get to level 6. Is it the most important? Well, let's not spoil the rest of the video, guys. Let's go through the other skills first. And next we have the rousing cry. This is the third skill, and this is pretty much the reason why Eric Shieldbreaker is so goddamn awesome in this game. Gain a debuff immunity and armor increase, and apply both to 4 allies for 2 turns. This is crazy. This is OP. That debuff immunity is so useful in arena, in tournament, in a tower, in raids, everywhere you're gonna play. This is going to be so useful. Cannot get stun, cannot get debuff, well, any debuff pretty much. It is just crazy, and getting it to level 6, it gives you an effect that lasts 2 turns instead of 1 turn, and just that makes it the best skill of Eric Shieldbreaker without a single doubt, guys. Without a single doubt, this is one of the best passive skills. I can say it's active skills, but kind of passive because it just apply a buff pretty much. But this is one of the best buff in the game, in my opinion, from a character, from a skill. So we have this one here. Effect lasts 2 turns. So if you reduce this there, you can see it's only gonna last 1 turn, which is not that great. And in the raids, you can see when the boss is about to do his big ability that's gonna apply debuff. Use that the 1 turn before it does that, and you get such a huge advantage, and can make you survive so much longer against the raid boss, definitely in the arena with all that CC and tournament too. This is just so freaking useful, guys. It is so freaking useful. You're gonna see when we actually showcase him in arena, this buff is a game changer in my opinion. Now we got the passive ability, guys. Passive ability is good. It's a very good passive ability if you have human, if it's a full human party, and increase damage by a lot too. Now if you don't plan to run him into a human party, you're gonna want to get this skills to level 5. But if you plan to run him in a human party, having this skills to level 6 is very important. So basically you have 3 skills that are very important to get to level 6. You have the second skill, the third skill, and the passive. And here's the passive: increase physical damage by 30% and an additional 5% for each living human in the party. So if you run with 5 humans, for example, Cruel summon and get a reflection human, basically you end up with 60% increased damage physical attack, which is pretty crazy buff here, definitely, guys. So this passive is very important to have to level 6. Now the priority: which skills will be the most important to get to level 6 first? That will be Rousing Cry for the debuff immunity. Definitely I will do number 6, number 2, and and the passive ability. That will be the order for which skill you should get to level 6 first. Now if we take a look at the runes, guys, this guy does not apply debuff, so you don't need potency on this guy, which is great things to know, obviously. Speed could be good on this guy, but since he gets such high percentage of attack on his skills and buff from that passive that increases damage, my priority here when I built him with the runes was to focus on attack and critical rate, pretty much. That was my main focus, and you can see here we got 15% damage increase, and we got 8% critical rate, a critical chance increase, which I think it's what that fits him the most, in my personal opinion. The primaries you want to have northeast, you want to have speed. As always, speed is always, well, almost always. There's some really rare case that it's not speed you want to have in that primary, but 99% of the cases you want to have speed in that northeast primary. If we go to the south primary, we want to have critical damage. Increase that critical damage from that critical rate is going to give him such a good amount of damage on his second skills when he get a critical rate that is very solid there. And then we have the northwest primary. You want to have damage increase because he's really highly based on the damage it's going to do. So I think those are the 3 primaries that are the most important on this guy, and those 2 rune bonus, I think those are the 2 most important. Now if you disagree with me, you know, there's a comment section below, guys. You can share your opinion and say what in your opinions will be better than what I'm doing right now, obviously. Next, guys, we're gonna be jumping in the raid. We're gonna play him in the full human team, and we're gonna showcase a little bit what he can do, pretty much. So let's jump into raids here. We're gonna launch a raid, level 7 raid. There we go. Start the raid, and we're gonna go play him into against this guy. I guess this guy. Yeah, I think this guy was the one that was performing the best, if I'm not mistaken. So that is the human team, guys. We have Solius lead because it just brings so much to the humans, and then we have the 4 best humans after that, in my personal opinion. So let's jump in this raid and let's showcase a little bit of what this guy can actually do. We're not gonna focus on the rest. We are really gonna focus on the what this guy can do, pretty much. So if we target this guy, we're gonna know when his skills are available, like when he's gonna be able to do his debuff and all of that. It's gonna be very important to know, so we're gonna be very careful with that. So the first thing that we want to do here is on the first turn we will want to actually apply that debuff immunity to make sure we are safe for when he's gonna try to what it is, blind us. Actually, it's her that's gonna blind us. So we use it on the first turn, then we're gonna use it again later. If we can throw a slow on her, that will really help us, and which is what we just did. Her blind is very, very annoying. I think that's the most annoying part here. So we're just gonna go with the regular skill here. And okay, now we're gonna use that second skill. So you're gonna see the big damage. There's a shield up, so we get 30% increased damage. We got 5 humans, so we're gonna get a lot of damage. And look at that, 18,000 damage. That was actually kind of crazy here. That was kind of crazy, to be honest. So we're gonna keep going with the attacks here. Try to switch back to this guy as soon as possible. Try to actually apply the slow on all the targets, but that did not work so good. We got dodge here, damn. Okay, so now we get the opportunity to bring a human with the reflection of krill I was talking about, which is gonna increase our damage by 60%. And it will actually be better if we actually bring a little baddie. So we're gonna give us one more turn before we actually apply that to have a little baddie available here. Hopefully it's only going to be one more turn. I guess that was going to be another turn. Okay, now we actually put invincibility on both of them, so we can just attack like a regular attack here, which is awesome. We still gotta wait another turn because blind, and you cannot do it on the boss, by the way, guys. You cannot use that. Just want to mention that right here. Where she's standing, we cannot really see. We're gonna apply the debuff immunity again just to be safe here. We did not really succeed in the slow here. That kind of sucked. But now you can see. Now we're gonna be able to get little Betty in our team. So we're gonna have 2 little Betty, which is pretty awesome. You see here, 20,000 damage. We get more damage. We get 6 human in the team now, so it's even better. You can see a lot of freaking damage, definitely. We're gonna put the invisibility on this, so we cannot get taunted. At least try. And this is gonna be a very long fight, by the way, guys. I just want to warn you. This is gonna be a very long fight because there's no way for them to pretty much kill us here. We slow them out so much, and with that debuff immunity, they cannot do much against us. That gives us a loss. And you see here, he just did, Shieldbreaker just did 39,000 damage here. That was actually kind of crazy crit here. That's what happens when you get a good crit, pretty much. And here you see, that's what I was talking earlier. Get the shield here. So instead of using that second skill here, we're gonna use the first skill just to finish her. Really easy because she has 0 damage. So you're doing damage, 80% damage on 0 damage, which makes it very easy to finish the fight pretty much. And see here, because I did not use the debuff immunity skill, the 3rd skill on that round, I actually got hit by the blind. So this next turn, this Shieldbreaker is going to be useless. So we're going to use a debuff immunity just to make sure we are safe. Now we're going to use that skill for the first time. We're going to buff up this guy a little bit. Let's make him a little bit stronger. Look at this damage he's gonna do here. Oh, 0. We got dodged. That was very unlucky. I was all excited to do something good. Damn. Damn bastard. Still, our basic attack, 22,000 damage. That is a lot of damage. And this fight is gonna go and nope, not go, because apparently we got one shot here. Last time I did about 40% of damage with this team, so I guess I just got very unlucky now. But you kind of see why he's so good. what it brings to the team. Now this was a terrible team. I did a few mistakes, not terrible team, but terrible fight. I did a few mistakes in this fight too, definitely. Usually we get a much better result there. But we still, well, we don't need to finish the fight. We're done focusing on Eric Shieldbreaker, so we're gonna finish this fight here. But normally, like I said, I bring this boss down to about 63%. 64, 63% will run around with this team, and pretty much Eric Shieldbreaker is like 80% of the damage, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. Is very OP here, definitely. So he is a very solid character, guys. His kit brings so much to the game, so I definitely recommend you to invest into him. And if you're not interested on recruiting more Doom this time around, he is still a huge investment for your team at this moment, guys. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this video, what you think about Mr. Eric Shieldbreaker in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more amazing Dragon Champion content. If you enjoyed the video, guys, make sure to drop a like on this video. So you guys enjoy your life in the Dragon Champion during this lockdown, and I will see you guys in the next video.